In today's class, we are going to discuss class 5 Gulmohar Golden Jubilee Edition, a chapter that is chapter number 10, Mui's Kite. In this video, we shall talk on question answer and exercises of the chapter. So this is the first page I'll show you here of Mui's Kite, that is chapter number 10. Now let us go for understanding the text which is given on page number 112. So, for understanding the text, question number A, answer this question: how did Mui build his kite? So, Mui built a grand kite for himself by using his mother's largest, strongest piece of wood for the covering bamboo sticks for the cross piece and branches of the orona shrub to make a strong rope. Why did Mui go to the keeper of the winds? So he went to the keeper of the winds because he wanted to ask for a special wind which would make his kite fly really high. What advice did the keeper give Mui and his friend? So the keeper of the winds advised Mui and his friends to respect the wind and to never take them for granted. She told them that the winds would respect them only if they were respected in return. Question 4. What caused the storm? So Mui's greed and his belief that he was as strong as the wind led him to disrespect them. He demanded that keepers of the winds bring out Ipunui, the ground which held the four great winds. When she refused to do so, he called out to the winds himself. But once the wind were unleashed, he was unable to control them or Ipunui, and they caused a huge storm in his village. Question 5. How did Mui come to be known as the teacher of the weather? So after the great storm, Mui built a smaller kite for himself, which he flew near his house. He would often tie it to a rock and study its mountain in the sky, its monument in the movement in the sky. Soon he became an expert in predicating weather conditions. He warned people when it was about to rain or when a storm was approaching. And since his predictions come true, his neighbors began to rely on his advice and started respecting him once again. It was in this way that Mui came to be called the teacher of the weather. Question number 6. How is the Mui at the end of the story different from the Mui we see at the beginning? So, the end of the story, Mui is an arrogant boy who believes that he is as strong as the four great winds. He is selfish and does not pay attention to the keeper's advice about respecting the winds. But after the mighty storm, Mui learns his lesson and becomes more respectable of nature. He begins to observe the wind and learns to predict the weather. He uses his knowledge to help the people and wins back to their trust. While earlier he was known as he who brought the great storm, he now comes to be referred as the teacher of the great teacher of weather. 7 question. What do we learn about nature from this story? So this story teaches us to respect nature. Human beings can never match up to the power of nature. They can only hope to try and learn its way through careful observation. The story also shows us that nature can be kind to us if we respect it, but it can also turn violent and cruel when we disobey its law. Who said these words and why? O wind, soft wind, O hilo, come gently, come mildly. These words were spoken by the keeper of the winds. She used them to call upon the gentle winds of Ipunui Ipuiki to help Mui fly his kite. O wind mighty as the gods, return to Ipunui. Mui said this line is an attempt to control the mighty winds of Ipunui, which were becoming increasingly violent. Tomorrow will be better. Tomorrow will be a better day to work in the field. Mui said this to the men who were going to work in the fields. He had observed the weather carefully and had predicted that it would rain in the next day. He wanted to warn the men in at once. So, appreciating the text now we'll see. Ismui is a relatable character. What lesson do we learn from his experience? So Mui is a retellable character. In the beginning, he simply wants to fly his kite, so he goes to the keeper of the wind and asks her to bring the gentle breeze Ipu Iki. However, he soon becomes arrogant and wants a stronger wind for flying his kite. Although the keepers of the wind warns him, Mui does not pay heed. He ignores the keeper of the winds and calls for Ipunui, the stronger wind. Soon enough, Mui realizes that he cannot control the wind and it rages over the Iceland. After this incident, people should Mui, who realizes his mistake. He patiently learns about the movements of the wind and soon becomes the teacher of the weather. People began depending on him after that. Mui's experience teach us to be patient, to listen the advice of those who are older or wiser than us, and not to disobey, display arrogance. Question number 2. All countries have their own fable and legend that are passed on from generation to generation. Why do you think such stories are told? So the character appearing in the fables and legends are often shown to experience a struggle and then learn from something from it. This story often come with moral lessons and not told to others, especially children, in order to teach them important values. Now, grammar and usage. See what you have to do in grammar and usage. In your notebook, rewrite these sentences in indirect speech. First said, father said, I need help in the kitchen. The father said that he needed help in the kitchen. First is given. We'll see the second one. What is the second one? This topic is extremely boring, complained Nasreen. Let us see. So Nasreen complained that this topic was extremely boring. Number 3, the flight attendant made an announcement requesting them fasten their seat belts. The officer said that they would deliver the parcel. Grandma said that the plants needed some water. Arvind said that he felt very happy and excited. Amala said that she loved to travel, and eighth Suzanne said that is it. Suzanne said that she always went to bed early. Now B. The B is this. See, use correct preposition to complete this sentence. First है, we went all the way to Jammu by bus. Second, dash which site can I download wildlife photograph? So the answer will be from which site. Okay, ठीक है. I need some photograph for my project at school. ठीक है, for my project at school. It is impossible to walk about this numerous lake. ठीक है, around this numerous lake. Fifth is at और during. Six is with. ठीक है, देखिए एट भी हो सकता है, ड्यूरिंग भी हो सकता है. देखिए वी कैन ओनली पे फॉर 10 मिनट्स एट रेसेस हो सकता है और ड्यूरिंग रेसेस. ठीक है, क्लियर स्टूडेंट. और 6 भी एक बार देख लेते हैं. 6 क्या है? माई ब्रदर वर्क्स डैश क्ले टू मेक ब्यूटीफुल डॉल्स. तो वर्क्स विद. ओके, अब देखिए सी वाला जो पार्ट है बच्चों, ये ग्रामर फन है, ये आपको खुद ही ट्राई करना है. वर्ड्स इन यूज में देखते हैं, कंप्लीट दिस सेंटेंसेस बाय कन्वर्टिंग द हाईलाइट वर्ड्स इनटू द नाउन। ठीक है, इंस्पायर को इंस्पिरेशन में चेंज कर दिया है। ठीक है स्टूडेंट्स, देखिए, माई पेरेंट्स इंस्पायर मी अलॉट, माई पेरेंट्स आर द सोर्स ऑफ इंस्पिरेशन टू मी। वॉट ही angered you, what has angered you, what is the cause of your dash। देखिए, just so what is the cause of your anger? Clear? I asked her to forgive me, I asked her for dash, so that will be forgiveness, fourth is confession, fifth is step। okay, B देखते हैं क्या है। In your notebook, describe this situation using the words in the bracket। The aroma of hot purees welcomed us as we got closer of our house approach। The aroma of hot purees welcomed us as we approached our house। So in this way you have to do it, students। देखिए, the baby is stirring slightly in her sleep। Maybe it is because of the mosquito। All the sports teams paraded proudly around the stadium holding their flag। I read your letter with delight। I turned around when I felt a sudden hug on my sleeve। And six is I need to get my watch fixed। The strap was just snapped suddenly when I used spelling में देखिए, पहला है library, accessory, mystery, slippery, satisfactory, temporary and jewelry। स्पीच प्रैक्टिस में नॉनसेंस अबाउट दिस साइट्स फोर्सेस कैमल मीटिंग। ठीक है, अब राइटिंग स्किल है बेटा, देखिए ये राइटिंग स्किल है, राइटिंग स्किल का ये आंसर है। आई विल स्क्रॉल यू कैन प्लीज टेक आउट द स्क्रीन शॉट ऑफ द वीडियो। After the last time, Maui now wanted to fly his kite higher than before। The next day, he went to the keeper of the wind and asked for the four great winds। The keeper advised Maui not to try and play with the four great winds। However, Maui did not listen to her, and soon he could not control the four winds। This caused a terrible storm. Finally, the keeper stepped in and was able to control the four great winds, putting them back into their guard. After that, nobody wanted to speak to him because he had caused a great havoc. A day later, finding himself alone with nothing to do, Moy made it another kite, but this one was smaller. He flew it to study the movement of the kite and the end of winds. Slowly he learned to predict the weather. Initially no one believed him. At last, when they realized that he was right, they began to rely on his wisdom. Then they began to call him the teacher of the weather। So student, that was the writing skill of this chapter, and in this way we have completed all question answer and all exercises from the chapter, that is chapter number 10, movies right? Students, I hope that the video will help you to complete all your assignment and your notebook। If this video will help you, please like, comment and share it, students। In the next video I will talk on the next poem. Till that time, thank you so much।